They'll be calling you a radical. Hi, Kevin Blanch. Before I go on my rant today about Fukushima, atomic, nuclear, fission, fallout, and the path of nuclear fallout, and I am living nuclear fallout from birth, as I lived here on the desert floor on this big ranch, encompassed with all the atomic desert, all of it. It has been my life from birth. I want to clarify a few things before I go on this rant today. Nuclear activists, nuclear activism. I've got to call some things out, and I'm going to call some motherfuckers out. When I was in the hospital, in critical condition, I've been a nuclear advocate since I was a little kid. I used to catch the train here as a teenager, hitchhiked into town, get on the train, ride to San Francisco, heavily involved. This was the home of the true activists. Here, Utah. Utah, as downwinders was a major subject matter when I was a kid. I had incredible school teachers when I was a little boy. Amazing, brilliant. Our first female governor by appointment, her mom. The great Secretary of Education, my teacher when I was young. She was an environmentalist, like all Utahns were environmentalists. I want to tell you women and men something. I want to call a couple people out. Number one, Arnie Gunderson. Two, Chris Busby. I've lived this my whole life. I've been a powerful activist in this from day one. I've been the #1 atomic veteran activist in the world long before my father died. I had personal relationships with all the real activists, including Wallace Stegner, including Richard Miller. All of them. They knew me personally. Go to my Facebook and look at it. You want to talk about real activists? I'm in communication every day with the true activists. They're there. I don't just let anybody in there. The day that I poured that out of Fukushima came out, the first report on Earth. I've called this to detail from day one. I've lived it in detail. I am atomic, I am nuclear, I am nuclear fallout. Arnie Gunderson came at me. I didn't know who the fuck Arnie Gunderson he was. When I was critical condition in the hospital, I get 100 emails a day. Sometimes, there were times when I was getting 300, 400, 500 emails a day. I had to have somebody help me go through it. This guy kept coming at me, and he would always write his name in capital letters. Chris Busby, Chris. I'm like, who the fuck is this freak? You know, I'm getting freaks over there. You know, I thought I knew all the fucking strong nuclear activists around. I fucking know Carol Gallagher all about her. Cindy Sheehan. No. I've never met either one of them personally, but I sure have Stegner. I got a really cool picture of Stegner with his arm around me. Edward Abbey. I have a really great picture with him with his arm around me. Tim DeChristopher, there's a real one. To you girls out there. To you girls activists out there. Chris Busby sent me these freaking emails. He attacked me like a wolf. Like a wolf when I was in critical. I don't forget. Here's the difference between me and the soft passive activists. And I go off on these, the Democrats say, don't fool me with a Democrat. The Republicans are radical, mentally ill nuts. I'm a progressive. The Democrat Party are not. I fight back, motherfuckers. That's one reason I've got to stay alive. Because one day, Chris Busby and I are going to get toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose, motherfucker. As, you know what, stick to your songwriting, motherfucker. He wrote a song about me, which is really pretty fucking good. I'll post it. He's a fun, passive-aggressive man, you girls. Before I go on my rant today, passive-aggressive men. They're the most dangerous. They are everything about nuclear energy. You want to understand nuclear energy? Understand fucking passive-aggressive fucking men. What you see is what you get with me. That's the way it always should be. To understand Oppenheimer, that is to understand nuclear fallout. Passive-aggressive men is why we are where we are. Where do men come from? Where do all men come from? All men. We are motivated. We are motivated, as I am Freudian to a flaw. Sex. Wealth, money, power. Wealth, money, power via sex. Sex. Is that what my whole fucking life? My whole life was fucking sexual and money motivation. My whole life, but I admitted it and I was free. And let me tell you, as I look back on the females in my life, oh, did I have taste? Oh my God, did I have taste? I've had plenty of time to read. Am I frustrated? Oh, my ex-girlfriend come over the other day, which, by the way, could be in any magazine. Well, she literally has been in several freaking magazines. She's something else, physically. Mentally, she's freaking whacked. Kevin, you're obviously frustrated. I says, I ain't that frustrated, girl. I didn't see you in the hospital seeing me. Move on. He attacked me when I was in critical condition. Understand this. That's where men's motivation comes from. They are opportunists. Gunderson and Chris Busby are purely opportunists. They are opportunists. Understand that. Know that. I want to talk about autism today. I want to talk about the desert, the atomic nuclear desert. I want to read this. I got a tap on my shoulder this weekend, just like Fukushima, and reminded me. I've been very, very sick the last 3 days. Spent the night in the hospital. Night before last. I've been very, very sick. I want to read this. Karen, where did you spend Labor Day weekend? The same place I spent Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, my birthday, Memorial Day. Driving to the hospital in the middle of the night, hoping not to get pulled over for swerving, thinking I am drunk when I'm cramped over with pain. Last night from 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. Kevin, go ahead and pass out from the pain. We have you hooked up so you don't have to worry about stopping breathing. The nurse. They hit me with the drugs, which are as powerful as numbing of the guts as it gets. Did not touch me. Never does. Morphine just makes me worse. Us makes us worse. Us leukemia fighters. Am I tired, worn out, lonely, depressed? So hardcore, all of the above. Am I dying or am I living? I am in some suspended animated spot, a mysterious place. That is somewhere in between, which I had no idea existed. Kev, don't give up. You know you are worn down to a mental nothing. My response, I have given up 8,588 times. Now that is when leukemia even gets more painful, when you give up. That's when it starts its epic pain. Can I do this anymore? Fuck no. But will I? Fuck yes. Am I afraid? Am I scared? Am I lonely? Am I tired? Am I worn to nothing left? Am I so want this to be over? Fuck yes. But the fight goes on. There is no one to step in and stop this fight. There is no referee or judge. It is just me and the killer cells, toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye, face-to-face. I am at a place I had no idea existed, no idea. She came to me. She always comes to me when I give up. I gave up at around 6 a.m. I quit fighting. Then she came, sprinkled angel dust across my frail, fragile body. I woke up at 9/11. My mind, I can only describe it as this. When I was too young to be in a bar, 19 years old, I was in San Francisco. Was down on Broadway on the roof of a very cool bar, looking over the second city by the bay. And a very sexy, beautiful girl walked up to me with a coat and high heels on. She opened the coat, and the coat is all she had on. Do you want to go with me? Yes. I walked out near the beach on a house I would never be able to find even to the next day. And I walked out on the beach the next morning. I was in a real surreal state, an animated state of mind, Mystique's place. I said to myself, what just happened? It was like some surreal movie. That is exactly how I feel this morning, except without the pleasure parts. This is an epic, surreal time. It has been for nearly a year now, and my mind just swims in a place I cannot wrap my mind around. My body and mind are tortured. I go like William Wallace on the table. As she passed by me last night, and I have the small piece of cloth in my hand, as I keep in my wallet, and my little blue healing rock my granddaughter gave me. I dropped them both on the floor and wanted to yell, freedom. But she sprinkled angel dust on me and said, no, Kevin, it is not time yet for you to take the next place. I will find some sleep and rest for you. As people come to me and say, get some rest. Wow, of epic ignorance. There is no fucking rest or relaxation with this monster in my body. None. Never. Not for one fucking second. Rest. The killer cells love it when you rest. They want you to rest, so they can fucking kill you. Nuclear Fallout, AML Leukemia by Kevin Blanch, 9/2/12. This is an epic fucking fight. It is an epic fucking fight from fucking hell. And we fight. I'm living all that nuclear has, the full spectrum. As I was raised here on the fucking West Desert in the atomic genre, right across this fucking plain, right across the fucking ancient lake floors. I like to quote Marilyn's scene from Misfits over and over and over. as you fucking bomb, fucking dropping mass murder fucking cowards. You are fucking cowards. You are cowards. You are hairsprayed, masquerading fucking marauders, mass fucking murderers. You are passive-aggressive fucking evil. That is what nuclear fallout is. That's what war is. That's what Iraq was. That's what Vietnam was. That's what Little Boy was. It is all the same thing. You are opportunists. Just like in the 1960s when we had the fucking... Why did they fail? Why did it? Because all those men were chasing those beautiful girls with the flowers in their hair. Because they were purely sexually motivated. Morrison says it so well. Purely sexually motivated. As it become not in vogue, they went to where the fucking they thought the girls would come to them. Money. Let's move over to fucking Wall Street. But as Warhol said, that's why I love him so much. As Edie said, that beautiful, incredible, magnificent, in her interview with Merv Griffin. Is it art? How can soup cans and how can freaking boxes be art? It's part of the culture. It is everything that we are. Yeah. Yeah, it is everything that we are. I am living fucking fallout. It's in my fucking body. I've been living it from fucking birth in so many ways. As autism. And to all you autistic men and all you autistic adults and every one of you that have an autistic child, as I was spending my time trying to quantify and prove that it is nuclear fallout that is causing autism in Utah. We're the autism capital of the world. We are the extreme asthma capital of the world. As a boy, I had them both severely. They are correlated together. Now I get the third one, leukemia. We are the thyroid cancer capital of the world right here. I can prove it, and I'm going to prove it. We are the autism. Why are we the autism? As I was quantified, we do not vaccinate at any different levels than anyone else on Earth, or anyone else in the United States. Why is it 1 in 44? And all you women, moms, and all you people that have autistic children, let me tell you something about autistic kids. That no matter how severe their level is, their minds can do brilliant, amazing things. Listen to them. Listen to them. Let them freaking talk about your stock portfolio with you. Let them make some freaking art with you. No matter how severe they are, they're brilliant, amazing, amazing people. That's the only thing that saved me from my autism when I was a kid, because I was confused. I didn't know what it was. Was the sun. Was the sun. I lived on this big, wide open, vast plain on the ancient lake floor. In the fucking atomic desert. It gave me autism. But it let me freaking explore my mind and freaking the outdoors and the nature. It turned me into the environmentalists. I fell in love with this place. I love the sun. We get 300 sunlight days a year here. It is big, broad, wide open landscapes. That's what saved me. To all you women who have autistic children and you vote for a GOP candidate, know this. Know this. As you go and you'll spend a freaking how much money to buy a Glock and ammunition and go to the range, right? That is not, you don't need to protect yourself in the house from that. That's not your fear. The fear is the passive aggressive men and the atomic nuclear. They are the passive aggressive fucking men. And they get you in the long run. That's who you be standing up and fighting for your children. The environmental poisoning that we have fucking here, that's what's giving your kids autism. Your vote. We have one-party politics here. It's a disgrace. Scott Matheson was a liberal in 1980, a downwinder who died. Our beautiful magnificent governor, his son, is the only Democrat in the entire state, who, by the way, my congressman wouldn't do anything for me, as far as when I was fighting for the nuclear advocates before my father and after my father died. He's not even my congressman. He does. He sent me letters. His office calls me. I am frustrated. We have to fucking fight this at its core. We have to fight this at its fucking core. This has to come from the fucking core. We have to fight this from the fucking core. We cannot quit treating the byproduct. We treat the byproduct through fucking medicine. We have to treat the cause. The cause. Nuclear fallout. The cause. Passive-aggressive men. We have to take them on. What you see is what you get. I hate vulgar. I hate vulgar. I am not vulgar. Do not call me vulgar. I am the poetry of anger. I am asymmetric to vulgar. We have to take this on from this thing. Because it is like this. It is like this. Am I a real Mason? Am I a real Mason? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I lay my own rock. I lay my own rock. I am a real Mason. I am a real Mason. And all you freaking guys in Indiana and your little pink houses, you know what I'm talking about. I am living nuclear fallout. I'm full of this fucking disease. I've had the full spectrum. We are the autism capital of the world right here on this desert. We are the extreme asthma fucking capital of the world. We are the thyroid cancer capital of the world. As here in Utah, are men responsible for their actions? We created this fairy tale via the Mormon fucking tale here. That somehow we are not. As a man is doing some quantitative fucking analysis, Mr. Baxter, who's doing fucking trends on the market, and says this is nothing more than cycles, who went to the same school of business as I did, the legendary Clyde Cooley. He's a descendant of his, as am I. I have the last letter recommendation. He's brilliant. His work is brilliant. But to buy into that thesis, to buy into freaking cancer is God's will, is God's will, is God's will, is to take the quantum leap and say this. Men are not responsible for their actions. Men are responsible for their actions. There is a reaction to every action. I'm not an eye for an eye guy. I'm a 10 eyes for an eye guy. I'm a progressive. I'm not a fucking soft tree hugger, though I'm a tree hugger. Call me a soft tree hugger to my left. Come on over. Bring your fucking gun with you. That is the problem with soft tree hugger. I am the strong! Fuck, what you see is what you fucking get. When I got sick the other night on the TV, what was on TV? And I walk out, of mice and men. Wow. I'm thinking, wow, I'm so cramped over, I'm so fucking sick, I'm in so much fucking pain, and fucking nothing would touch it. George ain't gonna let me tend them rabbits. George ain't gonna let me tend them rabbits. We are responsible for our own actions, as Steinbeck fucking understood. As Steinbeck fucking knew. As I fucking know. He died rich without passion. He died respected without friends. He knew, and I have always known, life is not for the living. Life is for the living. Let me show you something. How do you know that I'm a freaking real Mason? I'll tell you why. Because this half-done rock wall that's in my yard, never been finished. I've been working on it since 1989. George ain't gonna let me tend them rabbits. We are responsible for our actions. There is a consequence. And the consequence to passive-aggressive men, we're paying. We're paying with our lives here on the desert. Stay tuned.